I'm not paid or sponsored to use any of these products that I'm using today. I use them because I like them. So this is the thread that I use, and you're probably going to find this at a quilt shop. I like to use this with my English paper piecing because it's a little more finer than a regular thread. So I'm just going to pull off like an arm's length of thread, and I'm just going to cut it. And then I'm going to get my needle here that I like to use for English paper piecing. I just like to use a normal hand needle for my English paper piecing. So I'm just going to pull that out, and all we're going to do is use one strand of thread. We're not going to use two like in Create a Double Knot. We're just going to do one strand of thread, and we're going to tie a knot right at the end of this thread. So what you're going to do is create a row of English paper piecing hexagons, and you're going to do this exactly how I'm doing this particular one here. So you're going to take your, say this was just like, I've only got this one here, and then this is going to be the start of my row. So you're going to put them, both the English paper piecing sections, right sides together. So you've got both of these parts like this, and then they're both facing each other like that. So basically what you're going to do next, you're going to go through the corner of one of your hexagons, and you're not going to go like a 1/4 inch down. You're going to go right at the top. You're barely going in to the fabric. Have you seen how much space I've got in that hexagon? So you're basically just going in just a little bit. You're going to come all the way through. You're going to go back through where you went in, and then when you see that loop, you're going to go through that loop to create a knot. Now I like to do this twice. You're going to go back through here, and then just before your thread totally disappears, go through that loop. It will get caught on the corners and that. There you go. So there you go. It's all tight there. And just make sure this doesn't move on. You can put a wonder clip there to keep them both together, but make sure that they are flush together. And then you're basically going to go in and out of this English paper piece all the way down. So when you're doing the stitches, you want to keep them fairly close together because you don't want any gaps in your project. So you're just going to go through one side, and then you're going to go back through the other, like so. This is going to give you a really good idea of how long it's going to take you to hand sew an English paper piecing quilt. So doing this pincushion is going to give you a taster for how long it's going to take you to do an English paper piecing quilt. Leave me a comment down below if you've actually done a English paper pieced quilt. I would love to know. Once you come to the end of your English paper piecing on your hexagon, you're going to do the same thing again. So you end up with this loop. You're going to go through this loop because you kind of want to tie off the beginning and the ends of your stitching, and then do it for a second time. Come through the loop, and there you go. That is that done. So you will continue on and do all of your row, and then my row is 5. So you're gonna have 5 of these hexagons in a row. Now I worked on this last night and it really doesn't take that long. So I want you to make 4 of these rows like so, and there's 5 in each row. And now I'm going to show you how to attach this row to the other rows. Everything is always done right sides together, and I am going to place this new row right here. So I know that my stitching has to start here with here, and we know it has to go right sides together. So I am going to make sure I face it right sides together, and then we are going to start stitching these 2 rows here together, exactly how we did that other side. I have gone through and I have attached that first corner together like I showed you with the double loop, and now I'm going to go down this section and stitch in just these 2 into place. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can see I'm just taking small stitches all the way down. When it comes to the end of this part, let's just do 1 loop through, and then we'll continue on to the next hexagon. So this is the one that I have just attached, and I need to attach this one here. So all you're going to do is flip this over so it's right sides facing. We're always doing it right sides facing, and all you're going to do is just line up these 2 sides with the other 2 sides. It's really not difficult. And then right at this corner here at the start, I'll like take as much as the corner in through to the other corner of the other hexagon, and go in and do that loop again, and then continue on doing this new hexagon. So we're just going to baste these 2 English paper piece and parts again all the way down. And like I said, if you want to hold them 2 parts together, then you can do with like a wonder clip or a pin or something. It's up to you. I just find it's just easier just to hold the 2 parts together. And as you can see, I don't have my English paper piece and template inside here. I took them all out. I like the way that I do my English paper piecing. I know glue can be quicker, but I think once you would factor in putting water to dilute like the glue and take the paper out, I actually still think that this is a faster method. Let me know what you think. Do you like to use glue with your English paper piecing? Oh, come out. Or do you like to do it the way that I do it, where I don't use any glue at all? You will catch on the other hexagons. So I'm going to finish this one off, and then we'll move on to the next one. Now I'm going to open it up, and now you can see that I have done 2 sides to my English paper piecing. And now we want to sew this side here. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to flip it, and that is going to be right sides together with that hexagon, my English paper piecing, and then we are just going to go back in that one end there. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sewing tutorials. I've got loads of English paper piecing tutorials now. So I'm just going to go into this one here. And I'm going to go all the way down this section. So have you seen how easy it is? You have to try some English paper piecing. I tried it a while back ago and I didn't quite enjoy it. I didn't like the gluing aspect. I'm going to try and do the glue again and see if that works out for me for a second time round. But I really do like this slow stitching. So I'm going to show you how to make this pincushion next. I'm going to press this down so it's nice and flat, and I'm going to cut a second section 4 inches by 4 inches. I'm not going to cut this piece. I am going to place my 4 inch by 4 inch section onto my English paper piece and section here, and I'm going to do it so all of these corners here are fully closed up with here, and then I'm just going to pin around it. I mean, you can pin, you can leave it like this, it's up to you. And then I am going to sew all the way around this pincushion, but I'm going to leave a space somewhere. And I'm also going to get a piece of ribbon so I can hang this up. So I'm going to get a little loop. I get a piece of ribbon here for my pincushion. I'm going to do a little loop like so. And the loop is going to go on the inside of the pincushion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right at the corner here. And I'm going to get a clip, a wonder clip, and I'm going to clip it into place. So make sure that you have the 2 end bits showing at the end of your pincushion and having the loop going inside. I'm going to use my Baby Lock Soprano. I'm not paid or sponsored to create this video. You can do this by hand if you want. I'm just going to do it a little bit quicker on my sewing machine. So in the top of my thread, I have a white polyester. Then I have a 9014 sewing needle in my needle. I have some bobbin, some white bobbin thread. And these are the programs on my Baby Lock Soprano here. Just remember to leave a gap. I like to start about 1 inch to 1.5 inches away from a corner. So I'm just going to start stitching, and I'm going to reverse over that stitch, and I'm going to stitch again. Then I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to go all the way down. And I'm going to pivot, go all the way around. Pivot again and go all the way around. And then this is the end, so you just want to leave an opening. There we go. I'm going to take my rotary cutter and I'm going to cut off close to but not on the stitches, because otherwise you'll be doing all that work again. I'm going to cut all the way around here. You're going to turn your English paper piecing cushion right side out. Then just use a chopstick just to poke these corners out. Just fold everything over and then press. Now I'm just going to use some polyfill to fill my pincushion with. Please use whatever you would like to fill your pincushion with. Personal preference. Now at this stage, try not to overfill your pincushion, because what I like to do is to go around all of my pincushion now and do a top stitch all the way around my English paper piecing cushion. Okay, so I think this is going to be a new English paper piecing pincushion. This was my old one, and definitely this suits my English paper piecing much better. I also put a little flower on it, and then this is the holder, so if I want to put it, hang it up. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more English paper piecing videos on my channel, and also so you don't miss the next upload. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye now.